Morning students, welcome back to e-learning classes of PN Amarsi High School. Now let's continue our chapter number 1 part 2. Children, in part 1 we saw that the king went to hermit seeking answers to his questions. But the hermit did not reply any question, and when the discussion was going on they saw that somebody was running towards them. The king turned round and saw a bearded man running towards them. His hands were pressed against his stomach, from which blood was flowing. When he reached the king, he fainted and fell to the ground. The king and the hermit removed the man's clothing and found a large wound in his stomach. Here, children, when king and hermit are busy with their work, they saw somebody running towards them, and the person was bleeding heavily. There was a large wound in his stomach. As he came near them, he fainted and fell down on the ground. The king washed and covered it with his handkerchief, but the blood would not stop flowing. The king redressed the wound until at last the bleeding stopped. Now, children, here you can see that the king and the hermit both are worried about that person and they both started helping him. They took complete care of the person. Now, the man felt better and asked for something to drink. The king brought fresh water and gave it to him. By this time, the sun had set and the air was cool. The king, with the hermit's help, carried the wounded man into the hut and laid him to the bed. The man closed his eyes and lay quiet. The king, tired by his work and the work he had done, lay down on the floor and slept through the night. When he awoke, it was several minutes before he could remember where he was and who the strange bearded man lying on the bed was. Children, here you can see they all went to sleep, but next morning, forgive me, said the bearded man in a weak voice when he saw that the king was awake. Children, you can see that the person who was wounded is asking to forgive him. Now let's see why. Here the king replied, I do not know you and have nothing to forgive you for, said the king. Now here, children, the person replied, You do not know me, but I know you. I am that enemy of yours who swore revenge on you because you put my brother to death and seized my property. Oh, now listen, children, this person was an enemy of the king. But what happened? The king helped him, and that person changed his mind. He admitted, I knew you had gone alone to see that hermit, and I made up my mind to kill you on your way home. But the day passed and you did not return, so I left my hiding place and I came upon your bodyguard, who recognized me and wounded me. I wished to kill you, but you have saved my life. Now, if I live, I'll serve you as your most faithful servant and will order my sons to do the same. Forgive me. Children, here you can see that the person was really ashamed of what he was thinking and what he was trying to do. Now here, children, the king was very happy to make peace with his enemy so easily and to have won him over as a friend. He not only forgave him but said he would send his servants and his own doctors to look after him, and he promised to give back the man his property. Leaving the wounded man, the king went out of the hut and looked round for the hermit. Before going away, he wished once more to get answers to his questions. The hermit was on his knee sowing seeds in the beds that had been dug the day before. The king went up to the hermit and said, For the last time, I beg you to answer my questions, wise man. Children, now you remember, no, but why this king is here to the hermit? Because he wants the answers of the question. So many things went on. The wounded man came and they helped him, and then the king forgave him and he gave his property back. But again, the same thing come to king's mind, that I want the answers of my question. So at last try, he is going to the hermit to ask the answers. Now here hermit replied, You have already been answered, said the hermit, still bending down to the ground and looking up at the king as he stood before him. How have I been answered? What do you mean? Here the hermit replied, If you had not pitied my weakness yesterday and had not dug these beds for me, you would have gone away, and that man would have attacked you. You had stayed with me. So the most important time was when you were digging the beds, and I was the most important man. To do me good was the most important business. Afterwards, when the man ran to us, the most important time was when you cared for him. Because if you had not dressed his wounds, he would have died without having made peace with you. So he was the most important man, and what you did for him was the most important business. Do you remember the last question? What was the most important time? So, the most important time is always now. Most important time because it is the only time we have any power to act. So, here, children, the king got all his answers that the important thing is to help someone. The person who needs your help and whom you are helping is the most important person. And of course, the most important time is now. Children, this was really very interesting story written by Leo Tolstoy, and we shall continue our exercise. I'll explain you in the next video. Till then, have a nice day. Thank you.